Hey guys, Snappy Shipper here, and it's time for another game pickups video. Um, I didn't think I was actually going to be getting much this month at all, but I had a couple games given to me, and I got a lot for fucking cheap as fuck. It's ridiculous. Um, so let's just dive into it. The last couple of videos, I've been getting a ton of handheld games. This time I only got one. That being Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Darkness. Now, the only other Mystery Dungeon game that I've played and beaten was Blue Rescue Team, which I believe was the first one. Or Blue Rescue Team and Red Rescue Team were the first games. And I think these were the second. Um, they're really fun. I like these Mystery Dungeon games. These ones in particular, apparently the new Pokemon Mystery Dungeon is kind of shit, which is a shame. The stories in these games are actually kind of cool, and the gameplay is what I like the most about it. I actually really like the top-down perspective dungeon crawling, and you're playing as Pokemon, and I love Pokemon, so yeah, Mystery Dungeons, it's Mystery Dungeon, it's a good game. I've only played about 20 minutes of it, but I'm enjoying it immensely. Um, that's all I really have to say about it. So yeah, Explorers of Darkness. I'm gonna play more of that soon. It's a good time sink. Yeah, so there's that. Next up is I got two games from the same franchise. We got Yakuza 3 and Yakuza 4. Um, I never got to play Yakuza 1 and 2, but I've pretty much watched videos on both of those games to get myself caught up with the story. They were PS2 games, I never got to actually ever own them or play them. But I am really excited to start Yakuza 3 and then 4. The reason being why I picked these up, um, really like the story of these games. Also, Yakuza 5 is coming out in English, I think either this year or next year, for PS3. So I wanted to catch up on the story of 3 and 4 because I haven't seen anything on these two games. But yeah, so there's these two, and basically what they are, they're basically like a kind of like a GTA type thing, but set in I think in Tokyo and Okinawa, and you play as the Yakuza. Well, you're part of the Yakuza. Yakuza being like a Japanese mafia type gang, if you will. It's actually a really cool setting, and the characters are awesome. Moving on, I've picked up Eternal Sonata. This is actually the American case, and this is a sort of taped on. I got this at EB Games for like $10. Uh, I haven't actually even touched it yet. I have not opened this case and played it. I've looked at the disc to make sure it's all good, and it is. I haven't actually played it yet. I played the demo for not this version, but the 360 version a long time ago, so I do know how the combat plays out. The combat is good. And the reason why I picked up the PS3 version is because in the PS3 version they added a whole bunch of extra content and actually changed up the difficulty of the game to make it a bit harder. I don't know why they keep doing this. They keep remaking games, porting them to the PS3, and then that's the best version of the game. So I haven't actually started this yet, but I do plan to soon. I've got so many fucking games to play. Um, God damn it. But I am excited to play this game because I've been wanting it for a really long time. Next is a game that was just straight up given to me because one of my friends was just trading in all of his games. It's Dragon Ball Z Budokai Collection, which is Budokai 1 and Budokai 3. Completely skipped Budokai 2 because apparently that game... I never played Budokai 2, I've only ever actually played Budokai 1 and 3. Apparently Budokai 2 is terrible from what I've heard. But Budokai 1 and 3, I remember fond memories of going to friends' like houses and playing the shit out of these on the PS2. Really, really fun Dragon Ball fighting games. I kind of wish they were... made a new game with this formula. They kind of did with, I think it's called Burst Limit, but Burst Limit kind of sucked. It didn't have nearly the same sort of depth as these games did. The only thing I don't like about this at the moment is the cover art, how they have the non-canon fucking Super Saiyan 4 Goku on the fucking front. Fucking stupidest. Ugh, fucking hate GT so much. They could have put, like, I don't know, like Ultimate Gohan. Yeah, Ultimate Gohan would have been a much better picture on the front. Goku and Gohan. Or Piccolo. Or Oolong. Oolong would have been better than Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Oh well. But yeah, I haven't actually booted this up yet. I got it like yesterday. um, but yeah, I'm excited to boot it up and start playing the old Budokai games again. Because the last Dragon Ball games that I actually played were the Tenkaichi games, Budokai Tenkaichi. Mainly Budokai Tenkaichi 3, which I still think is one of the best Dragon Ball games ever. The new one that's coming out, Xenoverse, looks pretty interesting as well. I might pick that up, I'm not sure yet. But yeah, Budokai. They're good games. Okay, that's it for DS and PS3. I've actually been picking up a bunch of 360 games that I never ever got to play. Some of them are not too exclusive to the console, but they run better on the console. And some of them are exclusive that are incredibly rare and fucking really hard to find. So let's start things off with Nier. Uh, Nier is an action RPG. Action RPG. I don't know how to describe it. There's so many different gameplay elements to this game. Like, the first boss of this game is a shmup. Like, you have to avoid all of his shots. But it's set in, like, you know, over-the-shoulder perspective, or not over-the-shoulder, but like, directly behind you perspective, and, you know, you got your combos and shit like that. It's a really interesting game, and I'm about 2 hours into it. It's actually really fun. So far, the absolute best thing about this game is the godlike soundtrack. If you ever have the time, go on YouTube or something and look up the soundtrack for this game. It's fucking incredible. It's very atmospheric and it just fits the mood perfectly. It's amazing. The soundtrack alone, you could have made a good game. Oh my god. Yeah, Nier's soundtrack is fucking amazing. And the gameplay it's not like groundbreaking or anything, it's just solid. It's a good game. But yeah, so that Nier, it's good. Next we have Infinite Undiscovery. Infinite Undiscovery, again, is an action RPG. I've only played about maybe an hour and a half of this game. It is fun. It's actually got some unique gameplay elements, like, for instance, in most action RPGs you're playing as one character, or you switch a character, and then you're playing as that one. In this one, you pretty much have your party lead, and you're playing as him, but you can also use your party members as if they were like items. So you can call in your archer, and you can take control of the archer for a split, for like a couple of seconds to take a shot, and then go straight back to your main character and move around and attack and stuff like that. It's really interesting, and I'm digging the art style and the characters. I will say though that it doesn't have Japanese audio, which is kind of a shame because the English audio is kind of, it's hit and miss. Some of it's good and some of it's like just awful. But other than that, it's a solid game. If you can ever find a copy of this game, I recommend you play it. It's incredibly impossible to find here. I had to get this off of eBay. But if you look up there, it's only on Xbox, which is a shame. But it's a good game, and I highly recommend it if you are a JRPG fan and you have a 360. Okay, next up is another pretty rare game here anyway. I don't know if it's rare anywhere else, but it's Blue Dragon. Blue Dragon, it's a pretty standard JRPG. You've got I think it's 4 party members. Each one you can assign different jobs. change jobs, keep skills from other jobs. It has a really like good mechanics in that regard. The story is a JRPG story. The characters are to the bone, fucking JRPG characters. Then there's nothing really super special about the game, besides the fact that it looks gorgeous and runs at half the frame rate it should. The soundtrack's all right. No, it's actually pretty good, except for a couple of songs like the boss battle themes. It's kind of weird. Um, but all in all, if like you're into JRPGs, you will like this game. Just because of how the gameplay works and you know the sort of generic story. I kind of like that stuff. That's kind of why I picked it up. Well, to be fair, I picked it up not knowing that, but it's pretty solid in terms of like how the strategy works in the game and how the gameplay works. Um, I'm not sure if I would recommend it. I probably would if you're like super into JRPGs, but if you're not, don't touch this game. You won't like it. But if you're into JRPGs like a lot, I highly recommend it. Alright, and the last three games I picked up are all part of the same series. We've got Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. At the moment, I'm still currently playing through Mass Effect 1. I'm about 16, 17 hours into that game. I've been mainly doing all the side quests and shit like that, which you don't really need to, but I'm doing it. I'm really enjoying it. I have seen like one playthrough of this game on YouTube, but it was played in a way that I would never play, so I'm getting a completely different experience out of playing it my own way. And I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I will say though that Mass Effect 1 is fucking janky as oh my god. Some of the bugs are awful. It's crushed me for no reason. Um, but as a game, it's a good game. Nearly all of the issues that I have with this game are resolved in this one and then this one. But for Mass Effect 1, I will also say that it harbors the controls for the worst, well, the worst control. It harbors the worst controls for a vehicle in a video game that I've ever fucking played. The Mako is the worst piece of shit of all time. I hate that thing. But besides that, it's a solid game, solid story, solid characters, and it's all around just a solid game. Besides those crippling flaws. So yeah, I haven't actually started 2 or 3 yet, but I am looking forward to getting to them. I know about all the shit with the ending for this game. I don't care right now. I just want to play through the games. But yeah, that pretty much does it for this pickups video. I did pick up a couple things on Steam, but they're digital, and I can't be bothered to put in the little pictures of what they look like on the screen. So yeah, that's about it guys. I'll see you in maybe another month, or maybe not. Depends if I pick up anything. So yeah, catch you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.